Obasanjo appointed. And I was appointed as a Minister of State for Power and Steel. And from 1999 to date, series of efforts have been made to restrict the power sector, knowing fully well that without power, there can be no development. But unfortunately for this country, from 1999 to date, the generation or transmission or whatever is actually distributed has never gone beyond 3,000 to 4,000 megawatts from 1999 to date, despite the trillions and trillions of naira already spent. Mr. Nominee, some of us have said it. As long as we continue to do it the way we have been doing it in this country, we'll never get it right. We never get it right. I remember during Eradua, when I was a governor, after finishing with the Ministry of Power, going by my experience in the Ministry of Power, I told President Eradua that until we do something different from the way it is being done, we will never get it right. And I'm happy to say I've been proved right. What was happening during Edadua's time is still happening today. So, if we continue to say, the engineers in the ministry will advise you, tackle generation, as you are succeeding in generation, they will tell you there's problem of gas to power the generation, another problem. If you want to do, what do you call it, gas-powered, like, or motor show and other very gigantic program that we embarked upon during Obasanjo, NIPP then, about $16 billion was spent. Eh? $3 billion? No, more than that. I was a governor and I represented Northeast, the zone. But I'm talking of, because it took our money, because NIPP was financed by the...
if people are going to confess at once.
All right.
You said 16 billion. You said 16 billion. Senator Wanko, how much you said you released? You were the accountant general. Also, I done Kwambo.
But you were governor at that time, Mr.
I know, but
Mr. President, you were governor at that time, and you knew that they took our money they took state government money, local government money, and federal government money jointly to finance the 10 NIPP projects.
That did not work.
That did not work. So what I'm trying to say, Mr. Nominee, then in 2009, I crudely advised President Eradua, I said, sir, we have to swallow our pride in order to get it right. And he asked me what I mean. I said, what I meant was that if we rely on engineers in the ministry and the so-called consultants who are always there, and once you are sworn there, they will surround you, they will give you advice, like they gave advice to Bola Ige and myself when we first came. They told us that in the first 3 months, power will be reduced by 50%, 6 months, it will be 50%, 1 year to be zero on their advice. And they are all wrong advice. And I told Eradua, and I still maintain my position now, that the best thing to do, in my opinion, and in the opinion of some others, is to swallow our pride, call on one of the major successful advanced countries, preferably China, because their cost of labor and cost generally is low. Give them this project of power in Nigeria. Run it for 20 years. Give us stable power, get your money back and move out. And within these 20 years, we'll have stable power, and you know the meaning of stable power is, it means real development. all other areas will work perfectly. And we'll get it right. And it is always like that. But when you go to Siemens will take one section of the power sector, we'll do something about transmission. By the time they finish transmission, problem will erupt in generation. Then they go to generation. After generation, problem will erupt in distribution, like you said. These days, even transformers are not provided by the distribution companies. So, Mr. Nominee, when you're appointed and you go to the Ministry of Power, I want you to ponder over this idea of wholesale, get you into agreement with an advanced country like China or any other country, but preferably China. Come and have a look at our power sector, wholesale, generation, transmission, distribution, and see how we can get it right, at least for the next 20 years, so that Nigeria will not develop and catch up with other countries. And then whatever the cost it is, I think it's worth doing it. We are already used to taking debts. This is not debt. It will be called contractor finance. They will run the business, make their money, and leave us with a stable light. I want you to ponder about this thing. Maybe like I said, it's a crude idea, but I believe it is workable. Otherwise, I give you an example. When I was the Minister of State of Power, we'll be sitting in the sitting room. When they take out light, I will be worried. But the ministry engineers, they never get worried. They were even praying that this thing will break down so that tomorrow there will be a new contract for maintenance. That's the problem. And therefore, I want you to ponder a bit. If you continue the way your predecessors have done it, then we'll continue to do it. We'll do it. One day you will resign after 4 years, 8 years. Somebody will come. It will continue like this. We don't get it right. And without power, there cannot be development. That's my comment, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Answering some of your questions, some of the difficult questions, you can see that he is really, really prepared for the assignment in front. We can vouch for him that he will do the yeoman job. One good thing that he said today, and that's why I'm impressed when Senator Abaribe said it, that you didn't come here to promise, because there was a bobby trap from Senator Abiru that tell us the time you are going to fix the light. In fact, when he was asking the question, I was just shaking the how will he be able to tell you? He has not even resumed to know the problem on ground. It was a bobby trap, but luckily he was able to escape it and promise that I will do my best. On behalf of Oyo State and my colleagues, we are thanking the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that a minister resigned from our state and replacing another person from our state.